There are some kind of things that the government of Nigeria need to consider. They need to look into it, and every Nigerians need to look into this thing that I'm saying. Yes, they need to look into it. They need to look into so many things. There is something that a guy said. It's not like, I'm not going to disbelieve anybody. I'm not going to disbelieve anybody. I'm not going to disbelieve anybody by what anybody has said. I'm not going to disbelieve anybody. Yes, I will not disbelieve anybody. I can't disbelieve anybody. But I know that what that guy is saying, there must be a slight fact to it. There will be a slight fact. There are facts to what he's saying. But I was thinking over what this guy was saying. And I am telling the government right now that they should please look into this thing. There was a video I did one time. I said, why is it that Verydarkman is the only person that has the contact to all the commissioner, the IG, all these people in charge? Why is he just the only person that can get to them? And why is it not easy for other Nigeria? I said to Nigeria, okay, but if it's because of being famous that will make people to begin to watch, to begin to I want to look for a place that I can, to begin to get interest and notice your word and maybe take the advice that you have done, then everyone should make sure they are well established on Facebook, because Facebook has monetized Nigeria. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this because I want to establish a fact, and I know that there is some little fact to what this guy is saying. If we will have to look into, if we have to look into so many things. Now, number one, let's look at the number one factors of what this guy has said. I want to look at the number one factors of what this guy has said. The number one factor is that this guy said something. He said, I'm going to play the video. He said, okay, before I go to the factors, I'm just looking for a place where I can really establish what I'm saying. So let me, I don't want to go into the sun. Okay, I'll go into the sun. I know this, got my video, so it's so bright. It's so bright. Okay. Like what I'm saying now is this. This is the best place to talk. What I'm saying now is this boy says something, and what this guy said was, before I say what I want to say, I said to you that I was advising Nigeria that every activist or whoever that is voicing himself, bringing himself forward to say he wants to speak, he's speaking for Nigeria, he's helping the people, he's helping the people of Nigeria, should also not be exempted from looking into. Yeah, they should not exempt such a person from looking into, because there are a lot of people who pose themselves to be voice of people, or they pose themselves to be leader of something, and they see that they have put a lot of trust on people, and they will first of all capture the heart of as many people as they capture the heart of people. So whatever they do in the dark or in the hidden, even if somebody sees them, they will tell the person categorically in the face of the person that even when the person say, I am going to expose you, they will tell the person that the person should go on and expose, that nobody will believe. That people will not believe, because they believe that this person, people have been taking this person as integrity, as for somebody that has voice, that use the voice, use his voice for people. This person has, have done a lot of one or two things in the society that people feel that no, this person cannot do this kind of a thing. Who told you that? See, let me tell you something. The Bible, Jesus Christ said that, you see, he said the devil come like an angel of light. He starts with good things. He starts with making you to love everything about him. He starts with making sure that things are so lovely. I want to get off to this place. He starts with making sure that things are so lovely. You look at it that, oh wow, you'll be so happy with everything, every kind of schedule or every kind of plan that this devil have, and at the end of the day, he become the real devil that you will regret forever supporting such a group or forever supporting such a scheme. And this is the reason why everyone needs to be careful. Even from the president to the least member, everybody, even the president said it. He said, listen, opposers are too much. There's a lot of opposers, there's a lot of opposers in things. But this is not the main board of contention that I'm saying. What I'm really saying in essence is this: one is this guy made some vital points that is very, very good. And those points are something that the government need to look into. And if the government don't look into those points, the police, that the same Verydarkman used to call. And this boy say he pointed 14, 15, and 16. I think, no, 13, 15, and 16. Yeah, that was what he pointed. He said on the June of 13 and the June of 15 and 16, he said, how did Verydarkman withdraw a huge amount of 56 million from his NGO account? And what is that money going for? What did he use it for? Is it to fund the terrorists, or why is it that the opposition, that he feel that the opposition are using Verydarkman to commit a kind of terrorism or crime in the country so that they can? And why is it that Verydarkman was at that spot at that very day, at that very time, that it is even very, very dangerous? It's very, very dangerous for somebody who is not, that something like that happened in that kind of area should be scared that this one might come back because it's fresh. And when you look at it, when I was looking at that video, everything about that place was fresh. The thing just happened, it's like it's happened just right at that minute. Everything was fresh. The smoke was coming fresh. And he was the first person at that spot. Even D1 said it. How did you manage to get to that place at that spot? And you say you have not been to Makurdi before. And you managed, how did you find your route to Makurdi? Why were you there at that very time, at that very spot, that freshie, and you were the one that brought out the news? Now the guy said that, yes, that terrorists, they used to use influential people video and pop them with money. And they begin to show the world, Nigerians, that this is what is happening, that the governor is not capable of ruling the state, that the president is not capable. That way, they can. I want Verydarkman to be careful. If this is true, there is this boy, you know, one thing, that's why I'm talking on this boy, because this boy brought an evidence of the withdrawal of 57 million that Verydarkman withdrew on the 3rd. And why was he there? Makurdi, and he said they had not been in Benue State, and he was in Makurdi. A lot of questions need to be answered. I told you something, that people that comes from grace, from grass to grace, they are not easy. They are easily people to bend, you know, because they have not gone to grace before. And if you're somebody that has no money, and you see your first money, and before you know, it enters into that person, that the person can do anything. And there was a word I said, this EFCC something, that this boy, they don't, you know, EFCC come, they carry him, the next thing, his bra appeared into the scene. And his bra is now known. Something is happening. And there are something that I've been looking at that I feel that is not right. And that is why the EFCC, the governor, the president should bring a special squad that should investigate it, because EFCC hand can be on this, because after all, it's 350 million. They can share. They can share the money and give to EFCC, and they close their mouth. Let President Tinubu, who is the person, let him and the other police that are not involved in this, investigate this matter and follow that NGO up and investigate who is Ahmed that this guy has found out to be. Why is it that other people will say something, they will not react to it? And as soon as Verydarkman is the one that reported this kind of thing that this boy is now, that boy will be instantly police will go and arrest that guy. Is Verydarkman now the president of our country? I want to answer. I'm just answering a question. Is he the president or the spokesman in a country, or is he the one that says something and it comes to effect? So what is the work of the president, and what is the work of other parastatal head of governor and posts in the government? What are their work? I don't know. So if you people are telling me that President Benu is the president, that whatever he say or whatever he say, that whenever he want to use the police, he can use the commissioner of police, IG, he can use any police, everyone that you want to use can use them. Well, I don't know why. I'm just answering that. So I myself, I cannot ask the police to investigate something. I don't know. Or any other citizen of Nigeria, we cannot ask anybody to investigate, the police to investigate, just like as he say from his own platform, and the police will begin to do. So we are also calling for investigation on this matter. Like this boy has said, I will put on this video. Please, I am calling on the IT, on police, on other police commissioners, and as many of you, and also the president of Nigeria, and also whoever that is involved to investigate this case of what this guy has said, and look into it, listen to it, and look into it. And let's say so that we will not keep a terrorist in our country, or will not keep somebody that is cunning, and at the end of the day will cause havoc in that country. And at the end of the day, people will say, had I known. I'm just saying it. That is my own word, because I'm thinking of what this guy has said, and I feel that this guy has spoken something that is touching. Please look into it. I don't know. Look into it. Look into it. Nigerians, look into it and see to it, and let's find out the truth. If this is truth, please, there is nobody that is right in this world. No integrity. The only one that is integrity is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Is our God. Any other person, nobody is right. Nobody is righteous on earth. The only God that is right, only God that is, everybody on earth has their own evil ways. That is my word I have to say. So let's watch and see what this guy has spoken.
So I have an observation, and I've been thinking about it all night. I couldn't sleep. I've been trying to connect the dots and try to make sense of the whole thoughts that I had last night. And it wasn't really, adding up to me. It was smelling fishy. I'm not making this video to accuse anybody. I'm not making this video to say that anybody's guilty of anything. These are just genuine questions out of a place of concern from the observation I had. I was even thinking if I thought I should make this video in the first place, but I couldn't withstand, running away from my conscience. I had to, ask these questions so that the persons that their names will be mentioned in this video can come out and clarify the air and let the people know what is actually going on. Remember a few days ago, I made a video and I said that this whole situation in Penway State is politically motivated. And the chief of army staff came out to verify that it is actually politically motivated. And in that same video, I asked a question. I asked if Verydarkman is part of the whole political game. Because the whole thing was looking fishy to me. I was trying to understand the whole situation, and it was still looking fishy to me. So if there was anybody I could have suspected or start asking questions from regarding what transpired in Benu State, it would definitely be the first person that got to the scene of the crime before the government, before any other person of public relevance. On the 13th of June, Verydarkman made a huge debit from his NGO account, a debit of 57 million naira. 57 million naira. Now, yesterday I made a video and I asked a question. If Verydarkman's NGO account is used for money laundering. And today, I'm asking another question. Is the NGO account used to launder money for terrorism? It's a question. Is it used to launder money for terrorism? 13th of June, 14th of June, and 15th of June were very important days for Verydarkman. Very critical days for Verydarkman. On the 13th of June, he debited 57 million naira at once to an account, a GT Bank account that the name ends with KAR. I made some research on my AI yesterday and I was asking which tribe in Nigeria does the name end with KAR. I asked for Igbo, there was no result. I asked for Yoruba, there was no result. I asked for Hausa Fulani, and it gave me a result. Abubakar. So presumably, 57 million naira was sent to Abubakar on the 13th of June. And on the 14th of June, that attack happened. On the 15th of June, Verydarkman was the first person to get to the scene of the crime. When he made that video he posted, you could see the smoke. You could literally see the smoke in the background. Meaning it was barely hours after the attack he got there. Very, very prompt, very fast. A day after he transferred a whooping 57 million naira to a certain account that I'm suspecting might be Abubakar, the attack happened. A day after the attack happened, he visited Benu. Do you know how well informed you will be to get to the exact place the attack happened if you have never been to Penway before, coming from Abuja, and you were so prompt? You came at the right time. Was he already in Penway before the attack? Maybe coincidentally. Is it possible that he was in Penway? Because in that video he posted, he never told us when he actually arrived in Benu. He only told us when he arrived in Yelewata, the village the incident happened. He never told us when he arrived in Penway State. So when did he arrive in Penway State? Did he go to Penway State that same day? That 15th? Did he go to Benu State on the 15th? Did he go to Benu State on the 14th? This is the most important question. This is the most important question. When did Verydarkman arrive Penway? If he got to that place before anybody, and the attack happened on the 14th, and he got there on the 15th before anybody else, might look as if he anticipated the attack. And he needed to be around to film it, to cover it. I'm just having this crazy thought in my mind. I don't know. Because there was still smoke everywhere when he arrived there. So after the attack on the 14th and you got there on the 15th at the exact time, at the right time, not being afraid if those bandits will come back. How you got to that place at the right time as a first traveler to Benu State? Who were you communicating with? Who gave you directions? Did you go there on your own? Did you make research on how did you locate that place? Who were you communicating prior to your visit to that place? Because If you did not communicate with anybody in Penway before you got to Penway, how did you locate that place at the right time? The timing, if he went to Benu on the 16th, I wouldn't have had a problem, but he went there at the right time. That is the concern. If you have never been to Benu, you have never spoken to anybody in Benu, how did you locate that place at that time? Somebody very credible has to give information. Maybe the residents of that community or the perpetrators of that attack. I'm just thinking, the people of Penway have been begging you to visit Penway, to visit Penway, to visit Penway before that attack happened. I myself, personally, I have been demanding that you visit Penway as well. I've been pressuring you to visit Penway as well. Why didn't you visit Penway before the attack happened, when the people of Penway were requesting for you to visit Penway? Why were you skeptical? I mean, you were very fast to visit Plateau State. Why were you delaying, or why did you delay to visit Penway? Why did you delay to visit Benu? Were you waiting to make a statement when you visit Penway? Were you waiting for a major tragedy to happen so that by the time you enter Penway, you will be all over the news, you will make a statement and all that? Were you anticipating something that led to your delay in visiting Penway? These are just genuine questions. Why were you delaying to visit Penway State? But you visited Penway State immediately the incident happened. Yes, you are concerned, but what's the underlying motive? You got them even before the governor. Were you anticipating something to happen so that when you enter Penway, you can make a statement? But making a statement to who? For who? Because there's no other reason you can tell me that made you not to visit Penway after the public outcry. I mean, if you had visited Penway before that incident happened, I'm sure the security in Penway would have been beefed up because of the awareness you would have created. I was pressuring you. I saw content from Penway people begging you to visit Penway. Why did you wait till the tragedy happened? You went to Penway and you were glorified. Were you waiting to make a statement when you enter Penway, as if you knew that something will happen and you had to wait for the right time to enter Penway, so that when you enter Penway, you can make a statement from your visits? I might be crazy. You might say I'm crazy, crazy. You can call it conspiracy theory, whatever. But these are just genuine questions that I would love Verydarkman to come out and address. All these questions, all these crazy thoughts wouldn't have popped into my mind if you had, come out immediately to tell Nigerians why 62 million left the NGO account and, and all that. So these crazy thoughts are coming because you have delayed to give us updates, feedback on why such a huge amount of money left your account recently. We know that one thing terrorists love after a major attack is publicity. They love publicity after a major attack. Yes, you were creating awareness, but at the same time, it's also publicity for the attack, for the incident that happened. And if at all they want massive publicity, I mean, who else could they have used if not the most influential person in Nigeria on social media? I'm just saying, was it all publicity? Is it? No. It's just a question. Because with publicity comes the idea that the whole terrorist agenda is progressing. And when that is known, it implies more mobilization and more funding for the terrorists. This will be the first time you will be delaying to give explanation to why such a huge amount of money has left your NGO account. This will definitely be the first time. So it all looks suspicious that you cannot explain why 57 million naira left your account on the 13th. On the 14th, the attack happened. You were the first person to visit Benu on the 15th. So it's all not adding up to me. I think something fishy is going on. And like they once said, you might know something that the people of Penway do not know. So I have an observation, and I've been thinking about it all night. I couldn't sleep.